I decided to play Spider-Man 2, but is it right for you? I got so into the game that I couldn't stop playing it even after getting the platinum, so this is my review after my third complete playthrough of the game. When Marvel Spider-Man debuted in 2018, it was destined to succeed thanks to the combination of a PlayStation first-party budget, the creative expertise of Insomniac Games, and the widespread popularity of one of Marvel's most iconic heroes. Unsurprisingly, it performed remarkably well, leading to a more compact sequel featuring Miles Morales that connected both the initial and upcoming story arcs, as well as the earlier and current generation of PlayStation. The stakes were definitely high, as the complete sequel had the task of demonstrating that Marvel Spider-Man was not just a beautiful open world with a pricey license, but also showcasing the PlayStation 5's hardware strengths and distinctive features. Quick reminder to click that like and subscribe button, comment down below what's your favorite Spider-Man villain. Mine is definitely Carnage, and let's get back to the review. This sequel is undoubtedly thrilling for fans for the original game, continuing the narrative and in a largely peaceful New York City, where not just one, but two web-slinging heroes are working to keep the streets safe. It offers an insightful glimpse into the lives of Peter Parker and Miles Morales as they navigate everyday challenges like mortgages and education while juggling the demands of being heroes, all before new villains and disasters emerge to pull them back into action. Let's pause for a moment on the table setting to highlight a key point that truly captures what makes this sequel thrilling. Beyond just Insomniac's fantastic approach to the franchise, the fact that Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is designed specifically for the PS5 with its incredibly fast storage is a game changer. There are many reasons for this, which I'll delve into later, but it all begins with one of the most exciting new features, the web wings. Navigating through the vibrant streets of Manhattan in the earlier games was already a delightful experience. Insomniac truly captured the essence, being Spider-Man swinging through the city with finesse, and this installment enhances that joy with some thoughtful tweaks and improvements. The introduction of web wings takes it to another level, allowing players to traverse vast distances quickly with additional upgrades and the ability to catch wind tunnels and updrafts. You can practically soar across the map like Buzz Lightyear. While some games may limit the exhilarating momentum and freedom provided by the web wings to those who have earned it, Marvel Spider-Man 2 hands you the ability to fly and the key to the city right from the start. Even before you can utilize the game's quick fast travel feature, it feels like Insomniac wanted players to immediately understand that this is the true impact of super fast storage and game design. And it's not just about quicker loading times, it's about speeding up every aspect of the experience. The concept is deeply integrated into the game, enhancing not just the overall play area with approximate doubling of the map from the original Marvel Spider-Man, but also creating larger and more memorable moments. The thrilling set-piece battles with iconic villains from previous titles were already exciting, but now, whether you're pursuing a rampaging lizard across the city or being hurled several blocks by a towering Sandman, it is evident that Insomniac has expanded the possibilities for gameplay. The impact of a meticulously crafted version of a city like New York is truly amplified when you feel that every part of it is accessible at any moment. Naturally, reflecting the game's tagline, Greater Together, we have a story featuring two Spider-Man who skillfully weave together their character arcs in an ambitious dual protagonist format by bringing both Peter Parker and Miles Morales from their previous solo adventures into a shared experience. Players can enjoy the unique perspectives of both heroes. This approach highlights how captivating Miles is compared to his mentor in this universe. Importantly, Insomniac hasn't solely focused on those two characters. They also shine light on the supporting cast from both sides, creating a connection between their communities. I want to keep the things under wraps as much as possible regarding the key story elements in Marvel Spider-Man 2, since experiencing them for firsthand is truly the best way. Generally speaking, and in line with what Insomniac has shared before the game's release, we meet Kraven, the Hunter, as one of the main villains on his own. Insomniac's version of Kraven stands out as a compelling antagonist with straightforward reasons for bringing his band of hunters to New York. What really spices things up is how he goes around other well-known Spider-Man villains, adding an exciting twist to the mix. I discussed the Lizard and Sandman, who are essentially individuals seeking peace and redemption for their past actions, yet they find themselves as desperate figures grappling with their inner demons. I won't claim that any of the characters, whether they are heroes or villains, are less exaggerated than those typically seen in Marvel film, but Insomniac has shown it knows how to emphasize the strength of each character and effectively use the medium to explore their complexities. The eventual introduction of Venom certainly carries implications that go far beyond the Kraven storyline. While I can't go too much into detail about that, I can say with confidence that the game justifies every moment of its exciting third act by establishing the necessary groundwork in advance. The arsenal available to tackle New York's toughest adversaries has significantly increased compared to what was offered in Spider-Man or Miles Morales. Insomniac started with a solid, albeit limited, combat foundation in the earlier games, and they've successfully enhanced it here. The core mechanics remain familiar, allowing both Peter and Miles to utilize their unique agility and mobility from their Spidey abilities to take on multiple enemies effortlessly. This time, each character is equipped with a variety of new skills and gadgets that broaden their capabilities and evolve over time, keeping the gameplay fresh. Peter with his advanced Iron Spider exoskeleton and eventual symbiote powers, while Miles benefits from his enhanced Venom abilities. You'll find plenty of interaction throughout the game, especially when you encounter the other Spider-Man while taking down villains on the streets. There are also some thrilling moments, which I won't reveal, where you team up with other fascinating characters. One standout sequence that features teleportation is truly amazing. In this sequel, you'll find that the enemy density is significantly increased, making it crucial to utilize every tool at your disposal to manage the crowds effectively. Luring a bunch of thugs into one area with a gadget and then unleashing a symbiote field attack on them is always a thrilling experience, even if it might be a tad more lethal than the game suggests. But hey, that's just the superhero logic for you, right? You also had a chance to customize Peter and Miles by assigning different abilities or gadgets to specific slots. However, by the time you reach the end of the game, you might not have enough variety to feel overwhelmed by your choices. Fortunately, the frequent changes in your options mean that the urge to constantly tweak up your setup isn't really there. Parrying has become an essential skill, especially when you're facing larger foes, but players may struggle to adjust after relying on dodge rolls for 3 games. At times, the game can be inconsistent in how it visually cues players to parry or dodge certain attacks. However, once you find your groove in balancing both techniques, the experience can be truly rewarding. Stealth is still a viable option in many situations. Interestingly, Insomniac has embraced the simplicity and ease of stealth mechanics from earlier games. You can still take down entire groups of enemies by webbing it up 1 or 2 at a time, hanging them up for their comrades to see with hardly any response. Plus, a new ability lets you create a web line between almost any 2 points, allowing you to glide through the air and snatch unsuspecting foes, turning them into decorative pieces in your stealthy escapades. If web wings feel like a cheat code for exploring New York, then the web line definitely feels like a cheat code for stealth. It's absolutely fantastic. One of my main concerns about battling the troublemakers in New York is that it tends to become a bit monotonous over time. The sense of progression feels somewhat diluted, with only the initial third of each of the three skill tier trees, Peter, Mouse, and a shared one, making a significant impact on gameplay, while the rest seem more like small upgrades. Additionally, there isn't much diversity among the enemy types, especially within the various factions you face as the game progresses. The final hours can feel particularly tedious, not just due to the lackluster street enemies, but also because of the repetitive boss mechanics that can detract from the overall story experience. Fortunately, Insomniac has successfully addressed much of the repetitiveness that plagued the extra activities in the open city map of earlier games by introducing a wealth of genuinely engaging side content. While there are still plenty of straightforward puzzles, minigames, and collectibles, most of it is an improvement over previous offerings and often ties into the larger narrative, providing a richer understanding of key characters or both. Additionally, some of these activities are just plain fun or charming given the pure personal and significant stakes in these stories. It's essential to incorporate moments of lightheartedness and warmth, which are beautifully reflected in the various experiences you encounter while exploring New York. Some of my favorite moments in this game came from the intimate and focused sequences that led players to unique location or gently guide them through specific areas of the city. These moments really complement the open world experience. While not everyone may enjoy the mandatory stealth section with MJ, the variety is certainly a nice touch. I was thrilled by a particular scene featuring a character that Insomniac had kept a secret regarding their playability, the chance to interact with the vibrant and diverse community of Insomniac's New York, along with the opportunity to delve in its history. It's truly delightful. I really appreciate that even with the expanded play area and additional characters, the game hasn't turned into an overly lengthy experience. Many studios tend to fill their open world with content just for the sake of it, but a bit of thoughtful editing can make a big difference. Marvel Spider-Man 2 is actually quite similar in length to the original game. My quest for 100% completion and earning the Platinum Trophy took about 35 hours. According to my PlayStation's tracking, aside from a slight slowdown in pace towards the end, I never felt like my time was wasted or stretched out. It's clear that Insomniac had a generous budget, allowing them to create exciting and high quality experience without dragging them on longer than necessary. When it comes to budgets, it's no surprise that this game is visually stunning. It might just be the most impressive looking game of its genre that I've ever experienced. The true advantage of Marvel Spider-Man 2 being designed exclusively for the new generation is the incredible scale of its world, which beautifully merges vastness with intricate details. New York, with its vibrant boroughs stretching far into the horizon, comes alive as you glide above the towering skyscrapers and lively mix of people and traffic, along with the time of day and weather, constantly alters your perspective, ensuring that no street ever appears the same twice. You can see the intricate details on characters' skin and the wear and tear on Peter Mouse's suit, showcasing their battles through every mission and cutscene. The experience is exhilarating at every level, and there's an abundance of elements to rave about in this nearly flawless presentation. I say nearly, because the transition from the high-octane cutscene visuals back to the street-level graphics can occasionally feel abrupt, but that's more of a testament to how breathtaking the game can be at its peak. Also, it has to be said, the Insomniac's rendition of Venom is fucking terrifying and incredible, so there's that. The inclusion of ray tracing features across all visual modes likely contributes to the stunningly detailed and beautifully lit gameplay segments that truly amaze me. While the game offers just two main settings for balancing visuals and performance, players can further customize their experience with 120Hz and VRR options if they have compatible displays. This flexibility is a brilliant way to achieve both high fidelity and high performance. Insomniac and PlayStation proudly showcase their extensive range of accessibility options, which are designed to enhance the experience for players who may need them. From the ability to slow down the game with a simple button press, or to implementing a cutoff for extremely high or low frequency sound, there are plenty of features that I found particularly helpful. Still wondering if it's for you? Check out the video on the right, because YouTube thinks it's the right one for you. Make sure to like and subscribe if this video helps you in your decision. It helps me provide more and better content for you. Leave a comment if you want more information on another specific title, and see you next time. Bye bye.